Work is called The Notion of Family by Latoya Frazier, Aperture 2014. She was inspired to create this project when she was reading a published photo book of her hometown, Braddock, Pennsylvania. When she noticed that the photo book had no traces of the African American community that contributed to her hometown. This shocked her, especially considering her town was once a bustling steel town, booming with employment opportunities and a growing middle-class community for minorities. The loss of jobs and gentrification has left much of her hometown of Braddock, Pennsylvania, barren and left communities of color even more marginalized than they already were in the past. This continued omission and erasure, invincibility, and silence surrounding African American sacrifices to Braddock and the American grand narrative, Ms. Frazier said, motivated her to explore the town's history and present-day reality through the visual narrative of her family. 5 years later, she has produced an epical book. If you take the time to visit the artist's website, you will find posted on her official website, there is a lookbook about 30 images long, accompanied with a video going into further detail and explanation on some of the inspirations for the pieces.
The work that I make with my mother is highly collaborative.
The piece that you guys are viewing is more so a collaboration of images taken by her and with the help of her mother of some of their most intimate moments together. Each image is a representation of her family and mother's most vulnerable moments by allowing no filters on their conversations and attire. Her use of minimalism helps to make the viewer get a sense of how personal these images are, yet at the same time express how casual they are for the average family in that area. The artist makes use of minimalism very well, so well in fact that it would be understandable for the viewer to feel slightly uncomfortable while viewing these images because they're so intimate that it might make you feel as that you shouldn't be watching this and that these are moments that are precious to that family. Focuses on Latoya Frazier's point of view and her upbringing. She also makes it a point to mention her health and how geography affects your quality of life. This is even more present with the images of torn down houses and abandoned buildings and images of the mill that spews toxins into the neighborhoods of minority communities. She makes image comparisons with images to parallel the damage that the physical community has dealt with versus the residents' hardships and battles with their own personal health. This piece is a group of photos covering from 2001 all the way to 2014, so basically an overview of her life until 2014. If you would like to view more images, please visit latoyarubyfrazier.com.
If you're looking at our faces and in our eyes and at our gaze, we're just reflecting society around us outside of the door. It's not easy to photograph your family. It's not easy to put yourself in your work.
Well, I love you. You're my baby.
But I have to tell my story because it hasn't been told. I'm a human being and my life has value and I refuse to be erased.